Today's project is a fall decoupage project. We are working on a stretched canvas. The canvas is 16 inches by 20 inches, and I am decoupaging the background using Roycycled Treasures corrugated metal decoupage paper. The canvas seems to allow more wrinkles than a solid board would. So this background is going to have quite a few wrinkles, but I think it almost adds to the corrugated metal lines and the way it looks very farmhouse. I have a board underneath the canvas, and I am trying to get some of the wrinkles out by putting a piece of cellophane over the paper and then using a brayer to roll it out. It kind of is to no avail because I still had lots of wrinkles on this project. The next step is to get my pumpkins off of the background. I am going around with a wet paintbrush to separate the pumpkins from the background, and then after that I will kind of fussy cut the rest to get them close to the design. What I'm doing here is I'm using a white marker to show me just about exactly where my pumpkin design is going to be, and then I am going to paint that area in with white paint. It's better to have a white painted background so that your decoupage elements really pop. Make sure you allow adequate drying time between each step. That white paint needs to be thoroughly dry before you start to do your decoupage. I know other artists paint the back of their decoupage papers white rather than painting the substrate. And I did try doing that, but I actually ripped the paper, so I went back to my original design of painting the substrate rather than the paper white. And you can see all the wrinkles in the substrate when I pick up the pumpkin design, and they're pretty much all going vertically, which just kind of added to the design of the pumpkins with their vertical lobes. You'll notice I kind of offset the pumpkin stack, and when it's totally dry, I will sand off what's hanging over the edge, but I'm not going to touch it. It's super weak when it is wet. We'll wait till it dries and then use probably 150 sandpaper. I seal and top coat as I'm going along. We're going to do a lot of painting on this project because I've got to kind of blend both edges in, so I want to keep it super sealed as I'm going along in case I get paint on anything that shouldn't be. It'll be real easy to remove it. I started painting the edges with just a green background color that I thought worked really well. And after that dried, I put a little bit of white on, and then I used a color called iron oxide, which kind of gave me the rust look. And I just kept blending it kind of in an up and down manner until it got to really look like the rest of it and you didn't notice it. So I used those three colors, just alternated it and blended it. Used a little bit with a little tiny sea sponge and some with the stipple brush to kind of blend it in. And this was my favorite part. I used the ledger stencil from Roycycled Treasures, and I actually made a little mask to go over my pumpkins so that I wasn't stenciling over my pumpkin design. And I stenciled up in the right hand corner. It's a really cool stencil. It's a vintage ledger, probably I think it says 1830 or something like that on it, but it just completed the farmhouse look, and I really loved the way it came out.